guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this fabulous Friday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life's good. Anyway, let's get right to it. You saw the thumbnail, range. That's why, admit it, that's why all of you follow this YouTube channel. That's why I was so enamored with Jerry when I was first came to New York. And it's a selling point. But it's worthless without, well, let me get to it. I haven't played a note. I take that back. I played a couple notes. I had several lessons this morning. Noodled around a little bit in a couple of the lessons, but other than that, I have not played a note. See what we got. Anyway, cheers. God, I love to teach. Just thought I'd throw that in. Anyway, some hellacious double C's for a warm-up. Little Arbin. And cacked a few notes that I wouldn't normally cack. But anyway, range. Guys, I've said this before. Jerry didn't teach high notes. I know that sounds ridiculous. I don't teach high notes, and I start off every single video with a double C. Guys, that's to draw you in. Okay? I'm a sinister man. But I'll tell you what, guys, he taught tone and power. And if the tone and power were right, the range came along. It's as simple as that. I just had a lesson today. Gentleman down in Florida, quite a good musician. Okay, above high C, not so much. Some days he's got it, sometimes he doesn't. But I'm telling you, his happy zone. He's got a 1SB, he's got a Khaled trumpet, the whole 9 yards. In the middle, it's perfect. We're going through some Clark studies. Sound like Herseth. Bing, 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 bing. It's perfect. There's no reason in the world he can't do the same thing up an octave. None. Okay? But the problem is, especially in today, and I've talked about it before, if the tone and power is not right, it's not right. Now, I've told you this before, too. I was considered a double C guy years before I actually had a double C. Jerry was telling me for years, he says, don't worry about it. Just smile and say thank you and play. You and I are the only ones that have to know it's not completely right. He said, don't play a lot of them. If you have to, go ahead and do it. If you don't do it. He says, and we'll keep working on it. But the notes were squeaking out for the longest time. Now, I've railed against some of the stuff that's going on the internet. Now, guys, stop. I get this all the time. Guys, if you're on the internet and you have a double C, fine. Okay? I haven't seen every channel on the internet. I haven't. Okay? I'm not talking about you in particular. But there isn't one legitimate double C other than myself that I've heard on the internet. Not one. They're all squeaking and squawking. Out of tune, no tone, no power. Guys, for my money and for Jerry's money, if the tone and power was not right, you did not have the note. no matter how showy it may be, and how you may squeak it out at the end of the night or whatever. But guys, the tone and power was right. I'm going to say I passed Jerry's test. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Because the 1SB came along and just really brought everything together. So I'm going to say when the 1SB came out, which is only a couple of years, 3 years ago, something like that. Before that, I could play them, but they weren't completely right. And Jerry would say things like, well, that sounded good, but it didn't sound as good as the one before. That type of thing. He was very demanding. See, actually, it wasn't very demanding, guys. The fact of the matter is, either the tone is right or the tone is wrong. It's no, well, I like this tone, you like that tone. No, it's right or wrong. And how many times over the course of a lesson do I say, have somebody play a lick, they miss it, they cack it. I say, okay, stop, spin buzz, reset, and they play it perfectly. Well, what happened in the last 30 seconds? Did you get smarter? No, it's right and it's wrong. It's as simple as that. And it's so important, guys, that you play right. Now, how play correctly? Do you play right? That's not correct English, is it? Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll check with my wife. She edits all my books. Anyway, yes. So how do you get the range? Play correctly. Guys, I know that's not I know that's not the answer you want to hear. It's not. You want me to say, well, the tongue's here. Well, I want you to do this and get the air to go. No. It's play correctly. The more you play correctly, the easier that range is going to be, your happy zone. The easier it is, the thicker your tongue is. The thicker tongue is, it's easier. The easier your chops are, more your chops are relaxed. The thicker your tongue is, the less you're going to have to blow. If you can play a high C infinitely easier today than you could last week, then don't you think the F and G are going to come out above it easier than they did last week? Of course, it's a strain. Guys, if you are missing notes, you're tight somewhere. It could be the tongue's not in the right place, so it's not holding it, so it's losing your grip, whatever. If you are not getting the results you want, if you are missing high notes, no matter what they may be, if I miss a G above double C, it's because I'm too tight. And I'm the first one to tell you. I'm the first one to tell you. I can play G's above double C, but they're too tight. If I played 10 minutes of them, I'd be toast. Now, unlike a lot of you guys out there, I would know how to go down into my happy zone and get the chops back after playing 10 minutes of, but I don't care that much about it to play 10 minutes of them. Anyway, so again, guys, your range is only as good as your tone and power. Okay? Now, once again, talking about my G's above double C. Have you guys ever heard me play one? I can, but the tone and power is not right, and I'm not going to play them for you until they're right. You'll get them. You'll get them soon. Some days they're flying out. They sound like my double C's. They're great. Anyway, so that's that. Guys, range, look, if it doesn't sound good, don't play it. I don't care if you're getting paid for it or whatever. Well, if you're getting paid for it, you have to do what you have to do. But guys, if it doesn't sound good, it's not right. The tone will tell you. The tone will tell you. How do you get high notes? Don't play them. Play in your happy zone. That's not what anybody wants to hear. I know that. Well, I want you to play, 10 minutes of long tones and then rest 10 minutes and then go to the Clark study. When you get to the Clark study, you go up to the high D, and you do that for 10 days until you can go up to the E flat. No, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it at all. Guys, you can develop double C's playing a low C to a middle C scale. Just practicing that. You can absolutely 1,000% develop the greatest chops in the world playing only a 1-octave C scale. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. Just mind-numbingly boring. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm trying to prove a point. The way you get the range is play correctly. Relax corners, tip of the tongue against the soft inner red of the bottom lip, and as little air as possible. Bingo. All right? All right. Guys, have a good weekend. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.